Hey guys, it's Mrs. P, and I'm coming to you to read this. This is a very cool book. See that little boy? The title of this is The Highest Mountain of Books in the World. So I might have to move it around a little bit as we're going. And so, inside cover. Oh, and I want to show you this. Remember how I tell you that if you've got a book jacket on there, read the inside flaps, and the one at the beginning of the book tells a little bit about the book, and then the one at the end tells you a little bit about the author. So this one has that funny little kid, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, I don't think, but it says, Lucas was convinced he was born to fly. He spent hours watching birds and airplanes in flight and tried to design his own sets of wings many times, but each time they failed. He wrote letters to Santa pleading for help, but was disappointed with the toy wings and capes he received. And then, one day. So let's find out what happens one day. Title page. Whoops, sorry. The Highest Mountain of Books in the World by Rocio Bonilla. And the dedication, for my mom, who was the life and soul of the house, for Paps, our guardian angel, and for Ruth, my little Bruce Lee. And here's the next title page, because apparently we need to have several. And the little illustration. There's a little boy with his bird looking right at him. I don't know if it's his bird. Lucas was convinced he was born to fly. He could spend hours watching the birds or the airplanes leaving while they left white trails in the sky up above. And so, I have to pick this up and show you. And so he's looking out the window at all this. Lucas! And so his mom calls him, but he's jumping on his bed with his, with his little wings. Santa Claus. And so he's writing his letter to Santa. Lucas refused to give up. Every Christmas he would write Santa Claus a letter asking him, pretty, please bring me wings wings that can really fly. But for some reason, year after year, Santa just got it wrong, giving him toy wings that were no use at all. Look at him, he's got on his Superman cape. And he's got little tiny wings that won't do anything. On his birthday, after blowing out the candles on his cake and making some wish he'd made, each and every birthday before, his mother said, Lucas, there are other ways to fly. And she put a book in his hand. At first, Lucas didn't understand what she meant, and he sat in the garden and he started to read anyway. He loved the story that his mother had given him so much that he finished it in one sitting. Lovely backyard, don't you think? Look at down at the bottom here. But look, see that? Watch, follow it. Almost without realizing it, he picked up another book, and then another, and another, and he was amazed by everything he discovered, learned, and imagined. He learned about the constellations. There's the Big Dipper, but they didn't put the Little Dipper in there. But here he is. He started to devour books endlessly. And the more he read, the faster he read. He couldn't stop. He soon finished all the books from the bookcase in the living room and the books from his sister's room, too. More. And so he's read that many books so far. His little sister's just kind of looking at him like maybe he might little be whack. And before he knew it, the garden was full of books, and he stacked them up, and he sat on them, and he asked for more. He might be reading Jungle Book right now. These are really nice illustrations. Everyone brought him books. His best friend, Thomas, the girl next door. The music teacher, his grandfather, even the local baker. And so his mountain of books grew and grew and grew, and after a while, Lucas stopped coming down, not even to eat or sleep. His mother, his sister, and even the fire department tried to get him to come down, but Lucas could only think about reading. Oh, how I would love for you guys to be like that. Just read. All the places you can go. Look at that. That's a huge stack. And this little brother and sister look like they're watching him thinking, oh, look, they've got a balloon. Darn it, I keep hitting that thing. They've got a balloon that's bringing a turkey because he doesn't want to go down and eat. When he had finished all the books in the neighborhood, he started on vans full of books from the local library. The mountain of books grew higher, and he became so famous that he was even on TV. See that in the little window? There's the kid who devours books, and his cat's watching. Oh, look at that stack of books. It goes all the way to the top of the roof and over, and they're still bringing more books in by a crane. And even these pigeons are saying, what is going on? Okay, I've got to show you this. There is the moon, and then there's a rocket. And then here's this little truck and a Volkswagen van, a little trailer. And so it says, when people found out about him, they came from all over to see the highest mountain of books in the world. And I can turn it this way. Lucas didn't notice anything. He just kept on reading. How do you think he gets up there? Do you think he climbed, like, on the edges of the books? I don't know. Look at this. There's a plane. That's what... And look, there's King Kong. So he must have read that. There's King Kong. And look at all this down here. Those are just houses. I'll bring it up here so you can see it. Little houses in little neighborhoods. Darn it, I keep hitting that thing. That's the thing that's holding my camera. With each story, he traveled to other countries. He discovered interesting things about history. He met new characters and imagined worlds that didn't really exist. No, there's that picture from the front cover. And then, one day, all of a sudden, he understood what his mother meant. Even though he couldn't fly, his imagination could. In fact, he realized that he hadn't stopped flying since he'd started his first book. And at that moment, he wanted to climb down the mountain to tell her. But how? Uh-oh. How is he going to do it? Because he's all the way up there looking down. Bing, 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 to the bottom. And there's more. And that's when his imagination allowed him to fly yet once again. And that, folks, small people, is the end. All those things that you can find in books. All right, pick up a book and figure out where you can go. All right, bye, boys and girls.